Okay, boys and girls, here are the materials that you're going to be needing for today's projects. For project number 1, that's on the top here, you're going to need 4 things. Number 1, you're going to need a pine cone. You can find those in the woods next to pine trees. There are different types. It doesn't matter if you use a small one, a medium, or a large. The other thing that you're going to need is you're going to need some bird seed. Now, I've used black oil sunflower seed because I find the birds like it a little bit more. So that's the type that I'm using, but you can use any kind of bird seed at all. The third thing you're going to need is you're going to need some string for this project. And the last thing you're going to need is some peanut butter. Now, I realize some of you may be allergic to peanut butter and you can't go near peanut butter. But if you use Cheese Whiz or you use lard or shortening, you can find out what that is. Lard or shortening or peanut butter, you'll see what we're going to do with that in a minute. And you'll see that other things can be substituted for that. So that'll be project number 1. Project number 2, all you're going to need is popsicle stick. You're going to need, in fact, 2 of them. I've just brought 4 in case one gets broken or something, and some elastics. So for project number 1, I need my pine cone, my seeds, my string, and some peanut butter or Cheese Whiz or lard. That's project number 1. Project number 2, I'm going to need some elastics and some popsicle sticks. Hi boys and girls, welcome to our first project of the day. Today we're going to be making bird feeders that we can hang outside. Spring is here and the birds are coming back. So what I thought we'd be doing is to take a pine cone, and you can have one of those popsicle sticks from project number 2, but we're going to use it for project number 1. I want you to get a little bit of peanut butter. This is the fun part. Don't eat it. This is for the birds. And what I want to do is I want to take a little bit of that peanut butter on my stick, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate, and I'm going to spread all of this peanut butter all over my pine cone. And it doesn't have to be nice, it doesn't have to be neat. Just jam it in there wherever you can. Make sure the outside's covered pretty well. This project doesn't take very long. It's very good for the birds. Sometimes they find it hard to find food. So today we're going to help them out a little bit. Now, this is nice and gooey. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some seeds, and you can pour these seeds on just like this. You can sprinkle them on. I'm just putting some black oil seed all over. And you can do this outside, or if you're allowed, you could do this inside. Make sure that you put some paper towel or something underneath so that your seed doesn't go all over the floor. And if it does, that's okay. You can sweep it up. So you can see now my pine cone has taken a whole different look, and it's covered with peanut butter and with seeds. See? So now what I want to do is I want to take my pine cone, and I'm going to take my little piece of string, and I'm going to break off a piece of string, and I'm going to tie it around my pine cone so that I can hang my pine cone up here in the forest, here in the woods, so that the birds can find it and they can eat. So let's take our string, and I'm going to put my string around my pine cone. And now I have to figure out some way to tie this string onto the pine cone. And I know that each one of you, if you've watched the last couple of videos, you know how to do an overhand knot. So I jump over with my rabbit. My rabbit comes through the hole. The only difference is this time is the pine cone is inside the hole. Now when I close it off, my pine cone is actually caught in the hole. So there we go. I can cut this extra little piece off. I can hang it up. And now I have a nice little bird feeder. Hi boys and girls, I hope our bird feeders work. I'm going to go back and see mine later, and we'll see if the birds have gotten into it. You can put yours out your front window or out the side window, somewhere where you can look out every once in a while and see if the birds are actually eating it. Our next little project is going to involve our 2 popsicle sticks, and you're going to need at least 2 elastics. Now, I have a third one just in case one breaks, but I'm going to use hopefully just 2 elastics. Now, here's the first step. You're going to take 1 popsicle stick and 1 elastic, and what I want to do is I want to try to hook my elastic over the top of my popsicle stick and stretch it all the way down so it goes over the bottom of my popsicle stick, just like that. Now, if you can get it flat, that's great, but if not, that's okay. As long as your elastic goes all the way from one end of your popsicle stick all the way to the other, just like that. Let's try that one more time. Take your popsicle stick, and you might need some help with this one. And you put your elastic over. Sometimes mine flings off, so you have to be kind of careful. And there you go. My elastic is now over top of my popsicle stick. Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to take my other popsicle stick, they're the same, and I'm going to make what I call a popsicle sandwich, elastic sandwich. And I'm going to put my 2 popsicles together like a sandwich, and inside you can see I have an elastic in the middle of my popsicle sticks. So now I put my 2 popsicle sticks together, just like that. Now here comes a little bit harder part. I'm going to take another elastic. Now that I've made my popsicle sandwich, I'm going to take my other elastic, I'm going to put it very close to the end, and I'm going to turn it, put it over and over and over and over, and I just keep going around and around until it's very, very tight. So now my popsicle sticks are actually stuck together, and the elastic is holding the end of my popsicle stick. So now we have our popsicle sandwich, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow between the 2 popsicle sticks to see if I can make the elastic move. That's kind of science. My wind, my breath, my breathing out is going to make that elastic shake, and it might make a noise. Let's see if it works. It worked, and I'm going to show you where it worked. I just started over here, and it didn't work. And I moved closer to the middle. It seemed to work better. There's where it worked, right there in the middle. Right there is a good spot. Now, what you can also experiment with is using your teeth. Sometimes if you bite a little bit on it, it'll make a noise. Now, boys and girls, believe it or not, that sounds like an animal. That sounds like a rabbit. And when a rabbit is hurt in the woods, or a rabbit has lost its mom, or it's trying to escape sometimes, it'll scream just like that. So we're in the woods right now, and if I do that, I don't know what could happen. A lot of times when Mr. White has tried that with this little thing, when I have tried my distress call, the birds have come flying in because I think they're a little bit nosy, and they want to know what's going on out there, so they fly close to me. So here's what I want you to do. Get your popsicle stick, put your little piece of elastic band on it, put a rubber band on the other end, and I want you to go sit down outside and just see what kind of things happen when you blow. Maybe blue jays will come. I've had blue jays come. I've had chickadees come. They come a lot. They love that sound. I don't know why. Maybe they just know that I'm around. So try that. Don't get frustrated if it doesn't work. Move it all around, bite it a little bit, change your elastic, make it tighter and make it looser. And get somebody to help you to put that end on, unless you can figure it out yourself, and just see what happens. Boys and girls, I found the neatest thing. I was just walking through the woods. I want to show you something. I saw some shavings on the ground, and I thought it was that pileated woodpecker, but it's a little bit different, because look at this. This isn't a pileated woodpecker. A woodpecker, he does make all these shavings on the ground, but the woodpecker doesn't cut the tree right off like that. And if you look close, you can almost see little teeth marks, look. Little teeth marks on it. And this is, oh my goodness, this has got to be almost 60 centimeters from the ground here. So there's my hand. Yeah, it's quite far up. That's above my knee. So boys and girls, if this mess wasn't made by a pileated woodpecker, I wonder what it was. I have an idea. I see water behind me, and I think you can figure out what kind of an animal might chew a stick like this and leave all of these shavings and live close to the water. Let's go see if we can find anything else that gives us evidence of what kind of an animal this is. There's some more definite teeth marks on that one. Now let's look on the ground. I see some tracks. Interesting tracks. They have toenails. He has toenails, whatever it is. Yeah, he likes walking on the sand. Whoa, look at this. A neat stick. It's like my walking sticks. But you can see that he's chewed this end off, and he's taken all of the bark off here, and he's even chewed that end of it completely. Look at the teeth marks on it. That is cool. And I see another tree, a big tree, that he's starting to work on down there. Look. He's starting to work on this big tree here. We'll have to come back later and see if he actually gets it all cut down. I see what he's starting to build. There, do you see what he's starting to build? This looks like a dam, and he's taken all of these sticks, all of these cool sticks, and he's piling them up on this little brook. Oh, and look, he's got another one started there, just getting it started. And he's going to knock all of these trees down and jam up that water and stop this water from going through. All kinds of cool sticks that he's cutting only with his teeth. I can't imagine having teeth that strong that I could chew a whole tree. I don't even want to try it. Look at all the sticks. These are all sticks. They look like nice walking sticks that have been carved and chewed on the end. This guy is a busy beaver. He's chewing a lot. Boys and girls, I think I'm stuck. I used to walk through here all the time, and this little brook, I found out it's not a little brook anymore. This is a huge pond, and my house is over there, but I can't go across the pond. And you know what? I think that little part back there that was his dam, I don't think that was his dam. I'm using that neat beaver stick that I found to help me make it through, because the ground is very sinky and it's very deep, so I want the stick to help me keep my balance. Wow, look at all the sticks he's piled up. Look, the water's way down here, but he stopped all that water, and that water's way up there, probably up to about my neck, and he's stopping all of that water from coming this way. So the water was way up there, and it was coming back this way. He decided to put a dam here, and he blocked it all off, and now the water can't get through. Only a little wee bit is sneaking through, so that the water going down this way is only little, because he wants all that water to stay up there. Wow, I don't think I could ever make something like that would hold water back. Especially not with my teeth. And girls, that wraps it up for another day. We started out with pine cone bird feeders and Popsicle Stick Distress Calls. You don't have to make those things outside like I did. You can make them inside, but you'll have to take them outside to try them. The birds won't come in to eat, and the other birds won't come when you're making your distress calls, so you got to get outside and do those things. And on our way home today, we discovered this very cool beaver dam right in Amherst. I'm going to come and see sometime when the beaver's actually doing his work. I like to videotape it and show you. Remember, get outdoors, have fun. Thanks for joining me. I'm Mr. White.